Yeah, the LA raids is crazy and all, but what's even crazier is y'all saying, I'm not gonna help Latinos because 52% of them voted for Trump. Excuse me. How do we know those same 52% are the ones being deported? Why can't those 52% possibly be the legal ones that are white passing that voted for Ted Cruz and are Republican?
Deportation is a legal process. I'm gonna say it again in case y'all don't. Deportation is a legal process. What is happening right now here in LA? What is happening across this country? Let's be honest. Is not legal. It is straight up abuse of power. These people deserve the same due process as anyone else who is a citizen, because a lot of these people are here legally. A lot of these people have been here legally. A lot of these people try to do it the right way. But the problem is the system is flawed. The problem is the system is broke, and we have a racist president who doesn't give a fuck about anyone who looks like me or like them. So what I'm telling y'all is that deportation is a legal process, not an illegal process.
Donald Trump said, hey, Governor Newsom, since you can't keep your citizens safe during these damn ICE riots, I'ma send 2,000 National Guard members to come get on that ass. Hopefully you'll be old scum afterwards. Why are y'all acting like ICE just up and decided to deport people? Donald Trump won the presidency, and not only that, he told y'all what he was gonna do. He even gave illegals the option to self-deport and get a check if you didn't do that shit. Shame on you. I'm genuinely trying to think of the thought process here. Do you think causing chaos, committing more crimes is gonna keep you in the country?
Like, you are legitimately evil. Like, and I hate you, and I am disgusted by your very existence. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Like, ICE agents are evil, disgusting fascists, and I hate you, and I hope you suffer.
When I, as a Black American, hear people running from an assembly, a graduation assembly, because ICE chose to target an elementary school graduation, knowing that there will be black and brown, but I mean, we know what it is. So specifically our brown brothers and sisters, to cause chaos and to round them up and to call them criminals to justify you taking their rights away.
Black Americans are expressing their thoughts and feelings about the ongoing situation in Los Angeles with the riots that are between the National Guard, the ICE, and of course the Latinos in Los Angeles. All of this, of course, it started with when Donald Trump said any illegals will be deported, and a lot of people are being caught in this. Now, just a few days ago, or just yesterday, just recently, kids at elementary school during graduation, their ceremony was actually interrupted by ICE agents looking to deport people. It had parents running, it had kids being left alone. Now, whether you believe right or wrong, the situation itself is wrong. I mean, you cannot send soldiers into any type of school armed to the teeth, looking for whatever. It is not a good situation, you know. And a lot of Black Americans, of course, have been voicing their opinions. Some are on the side of Latinos and some are against it. Some Black Americans are saying, well, you know what, we warned you, we tried to warn you. Of course, you look at the history of Black Americans, it happened to them, it's been happening to them. So they came out and they tried to warn the Latino community. They said and they felt that a lot of Latinos had basically tried to wipe past and choose the white Republicans, whereas the Black Americans tried to warn them against it, that they will turn against them, that the Republicans will turn against the Latinos. And now, a lot of getting deported, a lot of people are saying, well, Trump, he himself said it during his campaign, that if I am to be put in and placed as the president, he will deport all illegals. Now, then there are people, Black people, who are on the side of Latinos saying what's going on is wrong. A lot of people getting caught up in the crossfire. A lot of people who are there legally are being caught up in it. A lot of people who, parents who are going through the correct processes are being sent and deported, with their children being left behind in America, and then just other people being caught up in it. There was a Australian female newsreader who was hit by one of these rubber ammunitions by one of the National Guards during broadcasting what was happening in the protests and things like that. And it's really, it really does make you wonder, because so much America speaks so much about world and global politics, and they often point to other countries and they say, look at how they're treating their citizens, you know, look at how they're doing this, look at how they're doing that. But at the first sign of any type of march or anything like that, the National Guard immediately has been sent out. Shots have been going off and tear gas and things like that. It really doesn't look like a good scenario at all for America to be seeing this. And it's not a one-time thing, of course. It's been happening many, many times, which is why many Black Americans came out and tried to warn Latinos that this is going to happen. Why? Because again and again and again it has happened to Black Americans. It happened. It happened when Black Americans tried to sit down at the table, negotiate terms, let's say, and then what happened? They were betrayed. Now, Latinos try to sit down and have that conversation. They believe that this time the people who was there legally will be fine, that the people who was there half and half, going through processes, that they will also be fine. But it just doesn't look like it's the case. It looks like Donald Trump, the president, is just kind of anybody who may or may not be there legally, or half and half, or whatever, regardless of status, regardless of any type of paperwork. It seems they are being sent away. Now, that's what they are saying. Now, like I say, a lot of Black Americans that came out and they're voicing their opinion. Some are angry, some are sad, some are kind of, how to say, gloating that, hey, we tried to tell you. But it's not a good situation. It really isn't a good situation, especially when you look at America as a whole. I mean, it was built on immigration. It was built on many Latinos, many African Americans, many this, many that. It really is. And yeah, historically, if you look at that part of the world as well, it was very much inspired culturally by Latinos also. So it's a very difficult situation for everybody involved. And like I say, it's also not good as a country when other news readers are being attacked while they are showing what is going on in the streets. It doesn't look good when you are one of, as you say, supposedly Americans will say they are the greatest country in the world. But when somebody from a different country is flicking through the channels, and they see the news of what is going on with all the smoke and all the soldiers that are marching, protests, and you think, wow, is it really the scenes you would want to show when you are trying to show yourself as the greatest country or one of them? Donald Trump, he of course voicing his opinion, of course. A lot of politicians are voicing their opinions. A lot of people are voicing their opinions, and a lot of people are very unhappy. They say it wasn't handled how it should have been handled. But who knows? It really is a crazy situation. And the unfortunate thing about this situation is it could get worse. Like I say, anytime you put soldiers on the streets, it just never works out really. It just doesn't. Somebody gets hurt, things get escalated, and maybe that's what they want. Maybe they want to put soldiers on the street so they can escalate things and they can say, well, hey, look at this, you know? So who knows? But these next days are going to be very difficult to see what's coming. So Yeah, like I say, very difficult situation. But this has been Reaction Calls. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you support this or you're against this? Who knows? Let me know. But I'll see you in the next video. Peace.